12 warning signs of pancreatic cancer. The pancreas is a small but mighty organ that sits behind your stomach, helping to digest fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. The pancreas also plays a crucial role in producing insulin and regulating glucose metabolism. When cancer develops here, it may mess with some of the basic functions of your body, leading to some unusual symptoms. Most of the symptoms are so subtle that the cancer may not be prevalent until it reaches an advanced stage. Knowing these signs may empower you to seek help early, potentially making a big difference in treatment success. In today's video, we will talk about 12 symptoms of pancreatic cancer that may help you detect this disease early and protect your life. Also, watch till the end and we will provide you with a list of foods that may help protect your pancreas. Now, let's find out the symptoms of pancreatic cancer. 1. Jaundice. Jaundice is still recognized as one of the most common presenting signs in patients with pancreatic cancer and occurs in approximately 75% of the patients. Jaundice typically starts when a tumor grows in or near the head of the pancreas, which is right next to the bile duct. This duct is a crucial passageway that carries bile from the liver and gallbladder into the intestines, where it helps break down fats. When a tumor blocks this duct, bile can't flow into the intestines as it should. Instead, it starts to build up in the liver. As bile accumulates, so does bilirubin, which is a yellow pigment that's a natural part of the breakdown of old red blood cells. Normally, bilirubin is processed by the liver, mixed into bile, and eliminated in stool. But when the bile duct is blocked, bilirubin leaks into the bloodstream instead of being removed as waste. This excess bilirubin spreads throughout the body, depositing in the skin and the whites of the eyes, giving them a yellow hue, which we see as jaundice. 2. Dark urine. People with pancreatic cancer often experience dark urine due to the same issue that causes jaundice, a blocked bile duct. When the bile duct is obstructed by a tumor, the flow of bile from the liver to the intestines is disrupted. This leads to a buildup of bilirubin in the liver, which then spills over into the bloodstream. Normally, bilirubin would be carried away in the bile and disposed of in the stool. But when it can't leave the liver in this usual way, the kidneys step in to help out. The kidneys filter waste products from the blood, including excess bilirubin, which is then excreted in the urine. When there's a high level of bilirubin in the blood, it turns the urine a much darker color than usual, ranging from deep amber to brown. According to a study involving 23,600 patients with pancreatic cancer, dark urine is one of the newly found symptoms. Do you find this information helpful? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell icon for more health secrets and tips. 3. Light-colored or greasy stools. People with pancreatic cancer often experience greasy stools, which are directly linked to the disruption of digestive processes. Normally, the pancreas plays a crucial role in digestion by producing enzymes that break down fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. It also releases these enzymes into the small intestine. However, if a tumor blocks these pathways, or if the cancer damages the pancreas so it can't produce enough enzymes, the process falters. Without enough digestive enzymes, particularly those that break down fats like lipase, the fats from the food aren't properly digested. These fats bypass the body's digestive system and end up in the stool. This results in stools that are unusually soft, bulky, and stickier than normal because they contain a higher amount of fat. These fatty stools are often referred to as steatorrhea. They may also appear paler and more foul-smelling, making them quite distinct. When assessing a patient with steatorrhea, the chances of pancreatic cancer need to be considered. 4. Abdominal pain. As the pancreas is located deep in the abdomen and nestled between several major organs, including the stomach, liver, and small intestine, even a small tumor may disrupt the normal functioning of these surrounding structures. As the cancer progresses, it may begin to invade nearby tissues or exert increasing pressure on the walls of the abdomen, intensifying the pain. This pressure may lead to a deep, persistent ache that might radiate from the abdomen to the back. The reason for this is the location of the pancreas near the major nerves that line the back of the abdomen. The pain signals radiate outward when the tumor presses against or irritates these nerves, occasionally reaching as far back as the spine. Moreover, if the tumor causes inflammation or leads to blockage of the digestive tract, this may also contribute to significant discomfort. The body's response to such blockages often results in painful cramping and other sharp pains as the digestive system struggles to function properly. According to a 2.5-year survey, 93% of the patients reported having pain related to the diagnosis of pancreatic cancer, and 83% of those reported moderate to severe pain intensity levels. 5. Unexplained weight loss. Unintentional weight loss in patients with pancreatic cancer is highly prevalent and contributes to low therapeutic tolerance, reduced quality of life, and overall mortality. The pancreas is essential for digestion because it produces enzymes that break down fats, proteins, and carbohydrates in food so that the body can absorb them. However, when a tumor is present, it may impair the pancreas's ability to produce these necessary enzymes. As a result, food passes through the digestive tract without being fully broken down, leading to poor nutrient absorption and, consequently, weight loss. Moreover, pancreatic cancer may cause changes in metabolism. The body may start burning calories at a faster rate than usual, exacerbating the problem of weight loss. This increased metabolic rate is not fully understood, but is thought to be related to the body's immune response to the cancer or substances released by the tumor itself. 6. Loss of appetite. People with pancreatic cancer often experience a loss of appetite, a symptom that directly impacts their overall health and well-being. As the tumor grows, it may press against the stomach, reducing its capacity and causing discomfort during and after eating. This physical pressure may make the idea of eating less appealing because it brings about a feeling of fullness or discomfort even after consuming small amounts of food. Additionally, pancreatic tumors may interfere with hormone production, particularly those hormones involved in regulating appetite and digestion. The pancreas plays a crucial role in secreting these hormones, and when its function is compromised, the hormonal signals that normally trigger hunger may be disrupted. This disruption leads to a decrease in appetite, making individuals feel less inclined to eat. Reduced food intake may promote and maintain cancer-associated weight loss. Mechanical digestive abnormalities may result in a lack of appetite and reduced food intake. 7. Nausea and vomiting. Nausea is a non-specified symptom of pancreatic cancer. The primary reason for nausea and vomiting in pancreatic cancer involves the tumor's location and growth within the abdomen. As the tumor enlarges, it may press against the stomach, limiting its capacity to hold and process food. This pressure may trigger the stomach to empty slower than usual or not as effectively, leading to a buildup of contents which then causes nausea or an urge to vomit. Moreover, if the tumor grows towards the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine, it may obstruct the passage of food. This blockage may lead to a backup of stomach contents, further contributing to nausea and prompting episodes of vomiting as the body attempts to clear the obstruction. Pancreatic cancer may also influence the production of digestive enzymes. The pancreas is essential for secreting these enzymes, but when a tumor impairs its function, digestion suffers. Poor digestion often results in the buildup of undigested food, which may ferment and produce gases, contributing to discomfort, bloating, and nausea. 8. Gallbladder or liver enlargement. When a pancreatic tumor grows, it may press against or invade the common bile duct, impeding the normal flow of bile from the liver and gallbladder to the small intestine. Normally, if it flows freely, the bile is stored in the gallbladder and then released into the intestines when needed. However, if this flow is blocked, bile backs up in the bile duct system. As bile accumulates, it causes the gallbladder to swell because it's filled with fluid that can't be released. This condition is known as cholestasis. Similarly, the liver may become enlarged or inflamed due to the increased pressure and the buildup of bile within its ducts. This may lead to liver enlargement, known medically as hepatomegaly. In a study with 36 patients, 92% of patients with pancreatic head carcinoma showed at least one gallbladder abnormality, including an enlarged gallbladder and increased liver parenchymal enhancement adjacent to the gallbladder. 9. Blood clots. Cancer cells, including those from the pancreas, produce and release substances that make the blood more likely to clot. These substances may alter the normal balance of clotting factors in the blood, tipping the scale towards clot formation. This change in the blood's composition is often referred to as a hypercoagulable state, where the blood becomes unusually prone to clots. Moreover, the location of the pancreas deep in the abdomen and its proximity to major blood vessels mean that a growing tumor may physically compress these vessels. This compression slows down blood flow, creating an environment where clots are more likely to form. Slow blood flow in large veins, especially those in the legs or the pelvis, increases the risk of deep vein thrombosis, where clots form in the deep veins of the body. Untreated pulmonary embolism, or blood clots in the deep veins in the legs, has a mortality rate of approximately 30%, maybe higher if the patient has severe acute pancreatitis. 10. Diabetes. The pancreas plays a dual role in the body. It aids in digestion and regulates blood sugar. Insulin is produced by beta cells in the pancreas, which are located primarily in the islets of Langerhans. When a tumor develops in the pancreas, especially in or near these islets, it may destroy the beta cells directly or impair their function, drastically reducing the production of insulin. As the insulin levels drop, the body's ability to regulate blood sugar diminishes, leading to elevated blood glucose levels, a condition known as hyperglycemia. This is often how diabetes manifests in the context of pancreatic cancer. Patients may notice symptoms of diabetes, including increased thirst, frequent urination, fatigue, and blurred vision, which are all results of high blood sugar levels. One study revealed that the prevalence of diabetes among patients with pancreatic cancer was 38%. 11. Itchy skin. This symptom may manifest at various stages of the disease, but is particularly associated with the development of jaundice, which typically indicates more advanced cancer. When a tumor grows in the pancreas, especially in the head of the pancreas, it may press against or block the bile ducts. This blockage prevents bile, which contains bile salts, from reaching the intestine. Instead, these bile components build up in the liver and eventually spill over into the bloodstream. Once in the bloodstream, bile salts may deposit on the skin. These salts are irritants and cause itching by triggering a reaction from the skin's nerve endings. The more bile salts accumulate, the more intense the itching becomes. This symptom is often one of the more discomforting aspects of the condition, as it may be persistent and severe, significantly impacting a person's comfort and quality of life. 12. Fatigue. People with pancreatic cancer often experience fatigue, a profound sense of tiredness that isn't relieved by rest. Pancreatic cancer may significantly disrupt the body's normal metabolic processes. The pancreas plays a crucial role in digesting food and managing blood sugar levels. When a tumor impairs these functions, the body may struggle to convert food into usable energy, leading to a persistent feeling of exhaustion. Additionally, if the pancreas isn't producing enough insulin due to tumor invasion, this may lead to irregularities in blood sugar levels, which further contribute to fatigue. Moreover, the body's immune response to cancer may itself be taxing. Fighting cancer requires energy, and the immune system's heightened activity may drain resources, diverting them away from normal functions and contributing to fatigue. This response also often involves the release of cytokines, which are small proteins that may lead to inflammation and a general feeling of malaise and tiredness. In a study with 48 pancreatic cancer patients receiving chemotherapy, about 94% experienced fatigue. Women as well as patients 65 years of age and older reported more fatigue. Anemia, pain, and a weight loss of over 16 kilograms in the last 6 months were significantly related to the perception of fatigue. Let's learn how pancreatic cancer happens. Now that you know the symptoms, you should focus on learning about the disease a bit more. It will give you more perspective on how to deal with this condition. Pancreatic cancer develops when cells in the pancreas begin to grow uncontrollably. This uncontrolled growth may lead to the formation of a tumor and potentially the spread to other parts of the body. 1. Genetic changes. Most pancreatic cancers begin with genetic mutations in the DNA of the pancreatic cells. These mutations may be inherited, less common or acquired over time due to factors like smoking, exposure to certain chemicals, or chronic inflammation of the pancreas, known as pancreatitis. 2. Cell growth. Under normal circumstances, cells grow and divide in a controlled way to maintain tissue function and health. However, the mutations may cause the cells to ignore these regulatory signals, leading to unchecked growth. 3. Tumor formation. As the mutant cells continue to divide, they may form a mass or tumor. In the pancreas, this usually starts in the cells lining the ducts that carry digestive enzymes out of the pancreas. Pancreatic adenocarcinoma, the most common type. 4. Spread of cancer. If not caught early, the cancer cells may invade nearby tissues and organs. Moreover, pancreatic cancer cells may break away and spread through the lymphatic system or bloodstream to other parts of the body. Metastasis. 5. Impact on pancreatic function. The growing tumor may obstruct the normal function of the pancreas, impacting the production of digestive enzymes and hormones, which may lead to digestive problems and diabetes. Eat these 5 foods to keep your pancreas healthy. Acknowledging the early symptoms of pancreatic cancer is difficult, but keeping your pancreas healthy is quite easy by adding the right foods to your diet. 1. Leafy greens. Foods like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are rich in vitamins and minerals, especially antioxidants like vitamin C and magnesium, which may help reduce inflammation and protect the pancreas. Add 2 to 3 cups of raw greens per day to your diet. 2. Berries. Blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries are packed with antioxidants which protect the body's tissues from oxidative stress and inflammation, potentially reducing the risk of pancreatic diseases. Half a cup of mixed berries per day is enough. 3. Whole grains. Foods such as brown rice, quinoa, and whole wheat contain high levels of fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar levels. Stable blood sugar puts less stress on the pancreas, which is beneficial for its overall health. Adults should consume at least 3 ounces of whole grains every day. 4. Turmeric. This spice contains curcumin, a compound known for its anti-inflammatory properties. Adding 2 to 4 grams of turmeric to your everyday diet may help reduce inflammation in the body, including the pancreas. 5. Nuts and seeds. Walnuts, almonds, and chia seeds are good sources of healthy fats and fiber. These nutrients are essential for maintaining good digestive health and preventing inflammation, helping to keep the pancreas functioning properly. About 28 to 30 grams of nuts and seeds are ideal recommended dose for every day. Recognizing these signs early and consulting with a healthcare provider may lead to more timely and effective interventions. Pancreatic cancer is challenging to diagnose early, but awareness of these symptoms may be a critical first step. If you or someone you know is experiencing one or more of these symptoms, it's advisable to seek medical attention for further evaluation. In today's video, we learned about all the signs that you may experience if you have developed pancreatic cancer, along with some foods that may help you protect your pancreas. However, do you know that there are symptoms that call for more attention to your health? Want to find out more? Watch 11 signs of colon cancer you must not ignore. Or watch Top 12 liver disease. Warning signs your body is telling you. You may watch either or both of them. Do you know of any other symptoms of pancreatic cancer that were not mentioned earlier? Let us know in the comments section below.